Hey folks, Micah McGee here. Obviously, you see where we're at. There's a lot of intrigue and mystery around this that's happening behind me. Usually I finish a project before I make a video, but some of y'all are just dying of curiosity. On my Saturday storytime video, I had footage of me digging this hole. What is this hole? Some people guessed septic tank. Some people guessed place for the spring water to go. I don't know if there's any other guesses besides maybe Barry and Frank, but anyway, I'm going to tell you today what it's all about and what's going to happen. Yes, it has something to do with the spring, but the hole itself, not 100%. What the hole is, it's going to be a root cellar. When I started thinking about building a spring house and having cold water flowing through a trough and all that coolness going down into the ground, I could not help but think, I need a root cellar under that spring house. Now, I've never heard of that being done before, but when a thought like that goes into my head, it doesn't matter how hard and how much longer it's going to take. If at all possible, I'm going to have to do it just to see if it works. A root cellar without a spring house on top is good and stays fairly cool and damp for storing potatoes and root crops like carrots and things. How can it not help it to have gallons and gallons of cold spring water flowing over top of it 24/7, 365? I think it's going to be awesome. Let's go take a look and see where we're at with it. I'm going to show you this end and I'm going to show you the spring. Both ends are well underway. The spring end is pretty much done. I've got to dig 3,700 foot of ditch 4 feet deep from here to the spring. That's going to be a challenge. Other than that, that end is done pretty much. This end, we've still got a good ways to go. I've got the floor poured. I've got a drain in it. It's a natural drain. I had to go 90 feet before I could have a natural drain that would drain out. 90 feet of 2-inch pipe coming in. I've got 2 drains. I've got one for the bottom of the stairway and I've got one for the floor of the root cellar. Pretty important to have drain. I think it's doubly important to have a drain in this one with all that water flowing overhead in a concrete trough. Say we have a tree fall and hit it, a tornado or a earthquake, and we're down in there, we're gonna want a natural drain. So let's go look at the spring side and see what it looks like. All right, the spring down this way. I'm gonna take you down there to it, and we're gonna look at the spring, and we're gonna look at the pump, and all points in between. The spring is not very close to the pump because we need drop. That's what triggers this pump. This pump is not run off electricity or any other fuel or power source other than water. This is interesting. Let's go look at it. Down this way. Watch how fast I disappear. There it is down there. It's currently empty, but I'll fill it up for you. All right, here's the spring. Here's my dam. We built this dam down into the ground about that deep. So the water comes here, stays here. We've got a good big drain right there. And that drain keeps it down when we don't need it to be full. My overflows right here, all the way across. And right here is the intake for my pump. I've got it covered right now. Keep stuff from going in it. And I'm going to plug the drain and let this start filling up for you so you can see what it looks like with water in it. Right here's where the water comes out from under the ground. And it travels right through here and it comes out all across there. I poured concrete right here by hand. Just basically placed it by hand up through there because this was red clay dirt that was trying to just fall. It's already fallen quite a bit. I didn't want another big cave in, causing a lot of more work and problems. So I poured concrete over this area, and this wood here, we'll take it out later, but right now we're just gonna leave it and let this continue curing. This right here, water, needs to be covered to where raccoons, possums, and other such things can't just walk in it and poop in it and mess in it. We'll figure that out later. That's one of the last things that we have to do down here before we're ready to pump. Here's the back side of the dam. We've lined it all with rocks. Rocks are not hard to find around here. We covered it all with rock. We covered our pipe with concrete. And here's our drain. Got this 4-inch plug here. I'm just gonna screw it on, stop the water from coming out. We'll start collecting water. Something else I want to do is to stop the leaves from falling into my spring water, because that releases a lot of tannic acid into the water. So I've got to figure out how to build a lid over this entire system. All I have to do is say, boys, let's build a lid over that entire system, and it'll happen. I've got good boys. While that fills up, I'll show you down through here. We've got 200 foot of 2-inch pipe running down the hill to a stand pipe, and I'll show you that momentarily. We've got rebar drove in the ground about every 5 foot and rocks stacked up to support it, and then at times it actually sits on the ground itself, like right here between these 2 trees. And we just basically kept it running slightly downhill for 200 foot. The standpipe you can see through the woods right there. Let's go see it. This here is the standpipe. Water stands in this pipe over where you see that inlet. The water comes by gravity flow, shoots right up here. That means the spring is higher than that level. But I have to have the water flowing in up there so that I have constant movement heading out. Because if I have stagnant water up above, it's going to freeze when we hit that cold winter spell and bust. And I don't want that. So I've got my water running constant down through here. This standpipe basically serves as a second dam. The first dam is concrete up there. This is the second one. It basically gives me a starting point to start my drive line. My drive line is 3/4 inch black iron pipe, and it's straight as an arrow all the way to the pump, and that gives you that force when the water hammer is bouncing like that, starting here, going that way, 84 feet. That's how many feet it is from the standpipe to the pump. 84 feet, and it just sits there and hammers like this. It's going to be fun to see when it's in action. Let's go down and look at it right now, not in action. All right, here's the pump. I've got it mounted to a solid concrete block, and I've got a nice 4 to 6 inch pad under it, completely bound together. And that's what this is mounted to. And that way, when this water hammer's hitting over and over and never stopping, this will be still. It won't move, because if it moves, stuff starts breaking and you don't pump as much water. And so the whole deal is, you have this air compression tank, you've got a one-way valve here, you've got this here that has a stopper in it. The water pushes it up, and then when the water bounces back up the hill, that drops to keep this water from backing out. The water comes through this valve right here and will be pumped up the hill 3,700 feet all the way to the house. I don't know exactly how much lift I have, but I'm guessing it to be around 80 to 100 feet of lift. From right here to the top of the water up there is roughly 17 to 18 feet. We haven't had this running yet, so we don't know what level we're going to keep up there. But that's quite a bit coming down through here. That's going to be some really nice pressure to power this pump. So that's what we've got. Let's go see how much water is collected in the dam now. All right, the water has come up over the pipe that feeds the pump. We still lack about 5 inches of hitting the overflow, but you see what it's doing. That's some good water. If it don't get leaves in it, animals in it, stuff like that in it, it's gonna be good. It's good, clean water. It has a ton of salamanders and crawfish that live all up and down through here, and they love it too. And I love them. They're sweet, they're wonderful, and they actually prove that the water, at least the salamanders, prove that the water is quality water. They can't live in junk. So anyway, I'm gonna open this up, drain it out. I'm gonna show you just how quick this baby will drain. And that's it going on. Yes, sir. It'll get on out of Dodge in a hurry. And it'll go down there and jump in that creek, turn left, and go hit another creek. Before you know it, it'll be in the Gulf of Mexico. And just like that, it gets it on down. Pretty nice man-made leak right there. Well, there you have it. The spring, the pump, the whole 9 yards. It's going to work, I do believe. But I've got to work, I do believe. There's a lot to do. And so, in order to make you feel better, so you know what's going on, I'm bringing you this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you have a great day. We'll see you on the next video.